Thanks to join the channel. Check out the subscribe to the various other links. First of all, thank you to the donors and the new members. I never really thought about how all that stuff, all those donations kind of add up, which it sounds stupid, admittedly, as I say it, but it actually does add up. So I don't know why I'm surprised by that. It's like, yeah, you ask people for money and they donate money and then you get money. You're like, why are you shocked by that? I don't know. I can't really wrap my head around it. So Wakanda Part 2, a bomb or probably just a soft hit. They're scaling back the toy sales. They did something similar with Star Wars, the Disney 2015 Star Wars trilogy that came out. Like, perhaps you've heard of it, but perhaps you didn't see it or not all of it. Like, yeah, these toys aren't really in demand. Oh, so this high-end toy, company that makes high-end toys, like real collector's items for Disney Star Wars, they did some interview like, so how much demand have you had? Oh, we haven't had any. So wait a minute, you didn't get the license for the Disney? No, haven't had any demand for it. I mean, if we get demand, we'll make the toys, high-end, like ceramic type of stuff. Oh, that's kind of weird. Like, that's kind of, nobody wanted, I don't know, like a, $1,000 collectible, whatever the Jar Jar Binks equivalent is of Disney Star Wars. No, there hasn't been any demand. Like, we can get the licenses if we want. I mean, Disney offers them, but somebody has to make the toys. Like, no, people just haven't called in and asked for I don't even know the characters of the movie. What's the Rosa Parks character? Rose Tico. Yeah. You don't want a $1,200 Rose Tico doll? No, actually nobody has asked for that. It's kind of weird. Yeah, really? Huh, weird. So what about the other toy sales, like the Walmart type of stuff, like the 6-inch action figures or whatever? I don't know what they sell for, probably $10. How are those? Oh, those are on clearance. Yeah, just trying to get them out of the store. They just kind of been sitting there for a while. Oh, that's so Rose Tico and I don't know the Mary Sue characters. Those aren't selling. Finn's not a big seller. No, kind of weird. Kids just aren't. I guess just kids aren't. It seems like these other toys are selling better. Yeah. Anyway, it was a success. We spent $4 billion on it, and we, made, I don't know. I think they made their money back, but I'm not even sure about that. So how well did that theme park work? They had a little bit of an underperform. Okay, it's like at some point you just can admit that, like, maybe you're off track. Absolutely not. They will not admit they're off track with that. So, Black Panther 1 was a standard mid-level, maybe not even mid-level, but you couldn't say that at the time when it was released, because you just, if you didn't give it like a 95% or above, you'd probably just get fired from whatever site you're working on. Just a Marvel movie, absolutely nothing special, but it gave people what they wanted, and more importantly, what they'll pay for, which is not always the same thing. A superhero bit of fluff, and all of Marvel stuff is fluff. I think out of that whole, like, the 50 superhero movies that have come out lately, the 2 Batman movies that were made like 15 years ago with the guy who was in that book by the guy who also wrote Less Than Zero, American Psycho, I forget the name of the actor. They made like those 2 Batman movies, which are kind of a cut. I know they're not Marvel, but they're kind of a step above the superhero movies in general. It's like you had 2 movies out of like 50 in the past, I don't know, 20 years that were, those were pretty decent. Like, you could watch those, and they had some good character development in there. Anyway, so it was a standard, Black Panther was just a standard bit of, like, just to sell tickets based on, it's a black movie. Okay, I mean, Stan Lee and Kirby, whatever, I don't know when they wrote the thing years ago. It's like, whatever. I mean, if that's what it takes to sell merchandise. So the thing is, it sold tickets in the theaters, and then DVDs and toys, and also merchandise, which is where a lot of money comes in. It's not just the DVD sales, the Blu-ray, and then the tickets. That's one part of it. And they go, actually, if it's marketed to kids and it's a hit, the toys can be even more. Like the original Disney Star Wars in '77. They discovered, there's a lot of demand for toys. Like how much demand? The stores are all sold out. That's a lot of demand for toys. Like, yeah, it's going to be a year before we can make these toys. Like, you think the demand will hold on? Yeah, the demand held on. But I mean, you don't see stuff like that often, obviously. But you do see toy sales and clothing, like the Suicide Girl, Harley Quinn. Her costumes, like, that was a huge Halloween costume, and pretty girls were wearing those T-shirts back when that movie came out. And then they decided to get kind of cringy and woke with it and take away, or I think they took away all the sex appeal in the second movie, which, how well did the second movie do? Oh, I think it lost $140 million. Congratulations. I mean, congratulations, guys. Why don't you just burn $100? Why don't you just get a mountain of cocaine and just lock yourselves in a room and go, hey, we could actually save money just by just snorting this mountain full of cocaine, like $50 million worth, and we will actually come out ahead. Sounds like a better option to me. Anyway, so the Lady Wakanda will sell domestic tickets, but it won't sell foreign tickets. And it definitely won't sell toys or merchandise because women don't generate that level of excitement. It just is what it is. Black Panther 2 is still going to make money. They expect it to be $1 billion film because the first one made $1.3 billion. And it probably will because it's riding the coattails of the first one and it's in the Marvel universe. So it has a lot of wind in its sails. But it's not going to be the huge $1.3 billion hit that the first one was because superhero action films are for a male audience. It's like, no, men and women are exactly the same. Like, how are they if you don't even, like, you literally cannot define, you guys have one joke. That's not a joke if it's true. Oh, a woman's opposite of, you're just making that up. No, I don't know if they changed the dictionary. It's like, oh, we're going to change the dictionary definitions every day. Okay, well, then everything is meaningless. Let's just not even live in a causal universe anymore. So this kind of stuff sells to a male audience. And if you've got a bunch of like female-led heroes, I mean, good luck with this. You know, how many times have you seen Charlie's Angels or even The Woman King, which just came out? This is a little different because like this has more connections to the Marvel universe. So it will do okay, I think. But woke Hollywood has an agenda to push, and they're going to continue to push it until the wheels come off and they ultimately declare bankruptcy or the shareholders do something to get a hold of, like, to take the company back. But they will, when I say, like, they'll take it into bankruptcy if they can. Like, yeah, they don't fear that. Like, they're financially insulated. The people at the top are pulling the strings. They really will do that. They don't care. Like, they're globalists. This is a religion to them. And people hear that and they start to kind of understand that. But it's like, once you understand it, you look at things entirely like, this is all propaganda. Anyway, I don't know if you remember the lines from the original Wakanda movie where she goes, Shuri, who actually turned out to be kind of cool on social media. I forget the lady's name. Who says something like, there's a line where she goes, another white boy in Wakanda to treat in their emergency room or something. And you're like, how does that make sense? It's a fictional country in Africa somewhere, but it's a fictional black ethno state in Africa. How do you have another white boy in Wakanda to treat in your emergency room when you're living? How did that line? Oh, it sounds good. And it's kind of like an FYE line. Yeah, okay, but I mean, it's kind of really an F the writers and the editors because you let that one slip, and F the audience if they laughed at it. Like, they might have laughed at it or smiled at it, and then like a fraction of a second later, they're like, wait a minute. We saw you like fly through the force field in Central Africa somewhere. It looks like grasslands or hills. Wait a minute. But it's all like African people in. Wait, that line is stupid. Oh, I feel stupid for laughing. I'm the dummy for laughing. Yeah, I mean, you're the dummy who was manipulated by even dumber writers and even dumber editor who thought that was a good one-liner. That doesn't make any sense. And it's pretty dumb that you would put it in there. Like, that's an L for the movie. So why would you include such a stupid line unless you're just hateful, bigoted people? I wonder who wrote that line. I'm curious. I have so much curiosity, I can barely contain it. And there's a line where he goes, my ancestors jumped from the ships. Oh, don't say it. Don't say it. No, they didn't. And that doesn't make any sense. Because, again, causation, but I guess we're not living in a causal universe anymore. Well, we are living in a causal universe. They're living in fictional, like, just Narnia land. But good thing Shuri is the smarter scientist. She's more smart than Hulk and Iron Man. Or they pointed out some scene, some puzzle that she was able to solve that, I don't know, Bruce Banner and Tony Stark, who are in the Marvel universe, and the Fantastic Four guy is smart too, but I think he's owned by Sony or something. These are these smart Marvel scientist guys. And it's like, yeah, you're gonna have a lot of smart guys because they have to be at the top of these kind of industries, like the Elon Musk character, I guess, is Tony Stark. But they couldn't solve some puzzle, and Shuri is able to solve the puzzle. But thank God that the movie brought it to our attention that Shuri's smarter than these two European men, and she's in Wakanda, African, and she's smarter than the two white guys. Hey, thanks, movie. Thanks for bringing that to our attention. Why, we didn't think of it. We didn't think of it, Shuri. You're so smart. Why don't you just pat her on the head like a little puppy dog? Oh, thank you, little purse puppy. Like, does anyone see how degrading that is? It's like we have to put other people down to elevate ourselves. And that's not good storytelling. No shit, that's not good storytelling. That's globalist propaganda. Guys, we need to put the European actors down as much as possible. That's not the way you elevate characters. Like, you elevate everyone together. They're all on the same team. You don't just make something so cringy and obvious. Those two scenes, like, I look at that and I think, whoa, this is like, none of the editors, none of the shot callers looks at that and go, this is ridiculous. This just, like, this isn't a win. You think this is a win, and it's like that's a midwit, the Dunning-Kruger effect. Like, you think this is a win. It's, oh, hey, look, we showed Shuri is smarter than these two other scientists. Like, that doesn't, like, they're all smart scientists. All three of them in the room are all smart scientists. It's, oh, she's solved the puzzle. It's like, yeah, does that happen? Yeah, of course. Everyone makes breakthroughs in different ways, but the way with the culture war is going now, and this constant, these people who are fomenting discord between white and black, it's just endless. It's too much to put in a movie. It's like, it's over the top. And, hey, the dollar is the last laugh. It made $1.3 million, like $700 million domestically, plus like $100 million in a digital Blu-ray sale. So it's 800 solid domestically, which means, like, domestically you take movie company takes a huge percentage of the take, and then they go, well, internationally it made about the same. Yeah, but internationally, the movie theaters themselves take a huge percentage of the take. That's why the international take is like, you can almost ignore it because it's so little. The domestic take is huge. Now in this, it did well. I mean, it flat out made, like $100 million or more of profit. And then you add in the toy sales and the Halloween costumes. Like, oh, wait, we're going to wear these Halloween costumes. It's like, oh, only if you're black, you can wear that costume. It's like, okay. Like, black people didn't, like, it's not an actual African story. It's a fictional universe. It's made by these two, Jack Kirby and Lee. These two guys in the 40s are coming up with just a way to put out as much crap, throw as much crap against the wall to see what sticks and try to make a buck. It's like, yeah, I don't know when they wrote Black Panther, 60s, 50s, 60s, I don't know. It's like, it's a fictional universe written by these two guys. Like, none of this is real. There's no Wakanda. It's like, two black guys didn't write this story. It's like, what, again, like, people hear me say this and goes, oh, you must just hate black people. I go, no, I don't. I can say that honestly. You should tell a black story. Why don't you do that? Why don't you tell the story of Africa? It's a big place. There's a lot of different tribes. Tell the Maasai story. Hey, we're going to tell a story about the Maasai, how they, some, I don't know, fictional. I mean, you can fictionalize it, have a little bit of fun with it. Tell it, go through. I always say Henry Rider Haggard, just because he took the most even-handed approach. Like, there were stories of Africa that were, like, really offensive, even at the time. But not his. He took a really even-handed approach. Why don't you tell one of his stories and take that same, oh, no, but we can't show Africans and Europeans as both committing good and bad acts. We just can't do that. But that's what will connect with people. No. We have to tell, like, the Woman King, or the Woman King, and these kind of, like, another white boy in Wakanda. But that's developmentally disabled levels of writing that all you have to do is point out how stupid that is, and then people feel stupid that the movie was able to pull one over on them. But, like, they're going to do it anyway. They will take Hollywood they will burn Hollywood down, because the people who are making the decisions, the people at the apex, the CEO types, are one people, but they're insulated by wealth. And then there's the people who sit at the board, are also, I assume, insulated very much by wealth. And if they have to burn these companies down to push globalist propaganda, they'll do it. Like, literally, like, take Disney. Yeah. I don't think they will. I think at some point someone like an adult will come back in the room and go, oh, wait a minute, do we have to like go to court to seize control of the company to say you're breaching your fiduciary duty to act in good faith and fair dealing, to what are the articles of incorporation? It's like, what are you bound by? You're probably something about making money to return either stock growth or dividend growth. Somehow you're making the investors money, right? At some point, someone's gonna have to wake up and say, wait a minute, you're not a company anymore. You're like a religion. It's like, yeah, welcome to my world to see these, like all this, like a lot of these people are like Caterpillar, assuming they still make diesel products, is a company, but Disney is a religion. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for the recent support. You guys are the real heroes, and I'll see you all next episode.